Boom. All right. What's up, y'all boys? We back.
Do the intro.
Another episode of the 378 World Connection. We here with Dr. Kemp, Metaverse President. We're gonna let my boy introduce himself and what we doing today.
Yeah, man. I mean, Metaverse President, Dr. Kemp 007. Today we're going to be doing a little PowerPoint slideshow, just breaking down Bitcoin. And this is not just only a Bitcoin class or cryptocurrency like crash course, but also this is something that's going to be about changing perspective and just looking at it a little different and a couple of key points to help with that perspective switch.
All right. So this ain't gonna just be a regular class. All right, bet.
For sure.
So we're gonna jump right into that.
Breakfast game, but we're here.
Yeah, we up working. We definitely appreciate it. All right, let's tap in. Get right into the slideshow.
All right. WTF is a cryptocurrency by the Metaverse President. I'm going to try to keep it concise and to the point. Just rock with me. You dig? All right. Let's go. So this section is just a little bit about, let's go back. This section a little bit about me, primarily my crypto background. Our face is blocking it, but you see that's a tweet. That's a tweet from me November 2016. Buying Bitcoin $700 each. I think they might have been going for like 800 or something like that, and I was buying them cash. Yeah. I mean, I always been a nerd, always been into computers. I really got my first 2 Bitcoins off a bet on the Dolphins. Shout out to the Dolphins that year. I think it was versus the Patriots when there was an underdog, something like that. I had a parlay, but I smacked off them boys. And if you're familiar with Paxful is a website pretty much like eBay for Bitcoin. You could make listings and say like, oh, I'll give you $80 worth of Bitcoin for $100 on PayPal. And that was how I started selling the Bitcoins that I was getting at that time. I started an NFT project, Bumbots, officially in October 2021. And I just learned Bitcoin leverage trading in January of 2025. And to the right, that was a trade from this morning, actually. That one's just $9. But as you can see, it made $20, 222%. So, I mean, I put in some other trades this morning too, but that was just like, that's the type of shit. Now like a 5-minute play. You feel me? Not gonna say they always go like that, because that's 500 times leverage. For those who understand the leverage trading, very risky. Make a lot of money fast, lose a lot of money fast. That's the way it go. And a little extra thing, I actually started learning Python programming. So I won't say like I'm the top dog of Bitcoin. I know I'm definitely still a student of the craft. There's a lot of people who are more well versed than me, but I think it's safe to say I know more than 99% of the contacts in my phone about Bitcoin. All right.
Right.
All right. So, what is cryptocurrency? I think of it just like video games, but real life. Textbook definition: cryptocurrency is a digital virtual currency that uses cryptography for security and operates on decentralized networks. Like I say, I think of it like a video game, but real life. Most people earn paper money, what we see to the left. That's whether it's US dollars, Naira, Bahamian dollars, Canadian dollars. If you got it on your debit card, because you deposit it into the bank. However you play it, people usually trade time for paper money, and you trade time for this paper money so you can pay bills, you can travel, you can buy things, you can get your kids stuff. This is what you do get money for. Some people get money just to save it. Some people don't even want to spend it. They just want to save it for an emergency. Everybody got different reasons, but we all collect paper money. Now, we got virtual money, which is in video games. You got virtual game money. We got different types right here. 2K, the VC. Shout out to all my people with my players out there. I'm sure you know about VC. And then for the people with all them 9 and 10-year-olds, I'm sure you know about Roblox and then V-Bucks. And we even got some of our grown folks who gonna get down on the V-Bucks. And I know y'all boys know about them card points. You feel me? We trade paper money for this virtual game money. And virtual game money, I mean, for most intents and purposes, cannot be traded back to cash, and it's just for entertainment. It's not to make a joke about it. This is serious shit. I'm comparing these things. And then you got digital currency, cryptocurrency, which can also be purchased with paper money, and it can be earned as a reward from NFT communities, or it can be earned as a reward for investing long term. Like Ethereum is a very popular one for that. When you stake the Ethereum, which is pretty much like, if you know, like a bank account with a certificate deposit, you lock your money away for a certain amount of time. And with the banks, it's usually like 6 months and 12 months, stuff like that. With Ethereum, you can lock it and start earning as fast as, like, I think 4 days, 5 days, you start earning, and you can take it out in like 2 weeks. So and the digital currency, cool thing about this, there's games on the blockchain, but you can earn money and you can actually convert it back to paper money. So that is something to consider, and it goes up in value and down in value. And if you can learn to time it right, you might be able to actually make paper money by buying digital currency. As crazy as that sounds,
Right.
very possible. All right. So when we look at digital currency, Bitcoin is the grandfather, the OG, the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. And it was launched in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. And I don't know if anybody's asking questions right now. I'm looking at a full screen, but this won't take long. And when this is over, we're going to address any questions. All right. So yeah, Bitcoin was launched in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto. On this picture on the top to the right, there's a bunch of people who have either claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto or believed to be. We just gonna refer to him as Satoshi today, or maybe Sat, or even S, because I don't even know how to say his name, and we don't know who he is, so it don't even matter. But yeah, Bitcoin is the first and most widely recognized crypto. It serves as digital gold. People look at it as digital gold because the way that it's gaining value, it's not going to be practical to transfer 0.00001 Bitcoin to represent $100,000 because it's going up so much in value. So that is essentially why people look at it as digital gold. It moves a little slower. Well, in some cases, a lot slower than some of these other blockchains. But Bitcoin is the OG, and it has one of the strongest securities going for it. With it being the OG, it's the oldest, and it's also, nobody has learned how to make a fake Bitcoin yet. So it has the longest running record of security. And yeah, you don't need no social security number. You don't need no social security number to make a wallet. So you could be anywhere in the world and make a wallet. And you can transfer with anybody else who's anywhere in the world. And they essentially just have to change the Bitcoin wherever they are into paper money, or which some parts of the world are actually allowing you to spend the Bitcoin like it's cash. So, I mean, you got El Salvador. I'm gonna talk about them a little further in the slideshow, but their president actually made Bitcoin their legal tender. And after, I won't say after Bitcoin is Ethereum, but Ethereum is definitely the strong number 2 in crypto as it's gained popularity for smart contracts. If this is all confusing you, that's okay. Just slow down and take it slow. Bitcoin goes slow. It doesn't have as much smart capability as of yet, but it is growing in that department. But Ethereum is the one it's faster speed, and that faster speed comes at a cost, but it's overall fairly safe. I don't want to say it like it ain't like they're hacking it, but it's like the code can be changed by administrators more easily than Bitcoin could be changed. So there's like people who control it. Ethereum introduced smart contracts, and my bad. Yeah, the smart contracts are pretty much just automated, executing agreements without a third party, which is pretty much like I said earlier. I was on a website that has, I'm trading Bitcoin, and there's no middle person in the middle. It's just code that somebody set up, and I'm interacting with the code through an interface, like a pretty website. A pretty website is there, and there's code behind it, which is really what we're doing every day. So like when you type in your username and password on Facebook and you press enter, there's an automated process that says if this username is typed in and if this password is typed in, then you are allowed to log in. So it's just like me with the crypto. If I'm putting in a position and I'm on this automated website, I'm putting in stuff like if Bitcoin goes to this price, then execute my contract, because I know at this price I make a certain amount percentage of profit, or at a certain price I'm like, this is where I want to exit.
Right.
All right. So where we at now? Coinbase network. And Coinbase, honestly, as we know, Coinbase is a very big company as far as crypto goes. They're pretty much the American reserve of Bitcoin, if you want to look at it like that. But it's like they're like the Robin Hood for stocks, Coinbase for crypto. It's like they're the entry level. Like this is what the majority of people learn crypto or how to buy Bitcoin, at least on, is Coinbase. And they actually made their own blockchain network on top of Ethereum, which helps you get cheaper, faster Ethereum transactions through their network, which is very good because it gives people the opportunity in smaller countries where it's like $1, $2 on fees may not seem that much to us in America, but in some places we're talking about at least a day or two worth of food for $1 or $2. So it is it does help you see the world a lot differently, see some of the advantages you have just from being able to like think like, oh, I could just put $20 and really not care about it and just see what it could do and just learn about something new, you know? And then we talked about what Ethereum NFTs were introduced through Ethereum as well. What are NFTs? It stands for non-fungible token. And the best way I could explain that, outside of it being a unique digital asset, is like by comparing it to a Bitcoin. A Bitcoin is a non-unique digital asset because it's not like your Bitcoin is different from my Bitcoin. They're all the same Bitcoin. It's not like I could give you one Bitcoin and this Bitcoin's worth $1,000 and then this Bitcoin is worth $10,000. It's like all the Bitcoins are worth the same amount. With NFTs, they're typically collections of a certain amount of art pieces, i.e., digital art, or some people have music, videos. There's all kind of things that can be represented by NFT, and that can make it unique. Even if they look the same, you could have two pictures that look the same being represented, their ownership being represented by NFT, but it's going to be different because they're going to be, you can tell on a blockchain this specific NFT was created at this time and or was minted at this time, and this is the ownership of this specific NFT. So hope that's not too confusing, but that's the best way I could break it down. If you gotta just try to open up and try to understand it. There's more and more networks that are starting to offer NFTs. My favorite, I've talked about in here right now already, Ethereum and Base. There's a lot of people who are big on Solana, but like we can see right now, Solana is dumping pretty hard, which is all still okay. But Ethereum, because Ethereum goes up and down as well. But Solana, to me, like as the metaverse president, a person who's seen, been in a little while, seen stuff come and go, like literally overnight, Solana is too closely tied with FTX, which went bankrupt on, fraudulent type stuff. And I just feel like that Solana's too closely tied to FTX for me to take it serious. I bought some of the rapper DaBaby's token on Solana. I spent $15 during the Super Bowl. By the next day, it was at 60 cents. Literally. So
what?
Yeah, that's Solana, man. That's the type of things that exist there. Trump's coin is on Solana. That's a network of straight Wild Wild West. Like it makes Ethereum and Bitcoin look like investing in a slow stock like Ford or something. Like that's what Solana does. Solana is just craziness. And this collection of NFTs off to the bottom right is CryptoPunks. This is the actual first NFT project. I don't know. Some people say it's controversial stuff about what's the first. Whatever. This is known as the first, Okay. So this is known as the first NFT on Ethereum. First major project, at least. And on the top, this is a NFT project that's known as Axie Infinity. And the little Pokemon looking, Jigglypuff looking things off to the left, each one of those are NFT. So with this, you gain these NFT. You can earn in-token stuff by in-game tokens by playing the game, leveling up, beating people in battles and stuff. And then you can use tokens to buy more of these NFTs. And at one point, they did used to cost a lot of money, but when Bitcoin had fell, Axie Infinity fell, and it never really got back up. A lot of stuff is like that right now. A lot of stuff that fell from when Bitcoin fell still kind of, certain stuff just never really got back to where it was the last bull run, which is, as you can see over the time with Bitcoin dropping and rising, a pretty common theme.
Right. I can see it. Right.
Bitcoin is one of the things that stay the time, and there's a lot of stuff that just come and fall off. But the whole concept of NFTs hasn't really fell off, but there's just a lot of hyped up NFTs that fell off. So it's like the whole market is looked as falling off, but there's a lot of communities that are still going strong.
And that's what I was trying to tell people, because soon as they talk about NFT, the first thing they say is, well, Jake Paul said this and this person said that. I said, bro, you talking about media.
Yeah. Back
There's
to this
people that's
side
really
on the
that's
bottom
still
left and the bottom right. That's Pocket Cows, and No Punks. Pocket Cows
shout
is an
out Pocket
NFT
Cows,
project.
man.
Yeah, they're an NFT project on the Ethereum blockchain, and I personally know Toro, the one of the co-founders of the project, and man, I ain't gonna lie, they're a real good community, man. Like they're a lot of very knowledgeable people in there, a lot of people that are very supportive of not only like the group effort, but even everyone's individual efforts. Like overall, it is a good community. And I met them. I don't know if I met them in Miami at an event. I don't know how I got in with the Pocket Cows. Now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't even remember how, but I just remember getting, or maybe it might have been Twitter Spaces. Like I just remember talking to them and them just being like more real people versus like I talked to some people in this space and it's like they just like I don't know, like they robot people. So it's like that was one of the more real communities I came across. So that's why I really like them. No Punks is also a very real community that I like, and they're built on top of the Base Network, which is a fairly new network, and they have a lot of Ethereum volume for the network. They're like in the top 50 projects. Last time I checked, they were actually number 50, which is pretty good, man. Pretty good considering there's a bunch of crap out there, and there'll be stuff that's above you that have way less legitimacy than you, but we're in a space where like money can easily manipulate the market. So it's like as time goes by and there's more liquidity in the markets, then we'll see stuff be able to be less manipulated. Uh, to the top right on this one to end off, this is Nayib Bukele. He's president of El Salvador, first Bitcoin city. They are planning to do a lot of big things with technology. I don't know all their plans, but they converted their money to Bitcoin and it seems to be paying off for them. Cryptocurrency is changing the future of finance, but challenges like regulation, security, and scalability remain crucial considerations. I personally believe every business model can benefit from cryptocurrency or at least blockchain technology. I love the ability to conduct commerce with remote areas all around the world. See the pretty little girl right there working on a computer, learning about computers, learning about coding. Beautiful. Bukele, he's sitting there looking at the city model on the ground. They're gonna fucking change the world. Beautiful. They are changing the world as we speak. I think they even changed their prison system since they adopted Bitcoin. They changed their prison system to where they got like all men in there learning how to sew. They learning how to weld. They doing all kind of stuff. Like everybody in prison is now like working and they're getting like trades. So when they get out, they can have a real job off the power of Bitcoin, man. I know it sounds crazy, but whether it's by saving, investing, or building, how will you incorporate cryptocurrency into your daily life? You dig? IG Dr. Kemp 007. Email me at the metaversepresident@gmail.com. That was a little longer than it was supposed to be, but oh well.
That was perfect.
That's what it is, man.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Shout out to Dr. fucking Kemp, the metaverse president. Because without this information, a lot of people that, for me, it all comes down to regions. And I was just telling my homie that last night. I was like, bro, we can't always look at what's going on in the world. Because when you building a brand, you might have to build with your we got social media now, so of course you can connect with a different state, but end of the day, it's all about having boots to the ground. It's the region, our region. We got Miami, we got Broward County, we got Orlando, you got all these different places around Florida. That's our region. So if we can spread that message to all these different counties and cities and northern Florida and middle central Florida, whatever's going on, that shit would do a lot of impact because a lot of people in our culture down here, they don't really talk about too much about crypto like that. You don't see that much crypto groups, but like you was just saying, too, a lot of crypto groups, they show so much love. It's way bigger than just buying somebody NFT or crypto. Like people are really locking in on a whole totally different level. And like this shit about to be the future. It's already proven over and over again it's the future. But that's why we said we gotta have somebody like you on the platform who gonna break this shit down and let niggas know what's going on. So we can be more aware of what's really happening.
For sure. I don't know if there was any questions in the chat. What you can see the chat?
I'll check the comments. No, I don't see no comments from here.
No, it wasn't no comments. No comments. Perfect. Well, if you got any comments, you can leave your comments. This will be recorded.
That's another thing, yeah. For the audio people, if you listen to the audio, we also have a live show. That's why we saying chat and all that. I keep forgetting like we doing both too. Cause I got people listening to it. I check my Buzz, bro. I have people listening to it on Buzz. So, but yep, we locked in. This is only episode 1. We'll definitely have another episode about crypto, but I do have a few questions.
All right.
So
you can ask some questions like as I guess that the average mind may think before we close it out.
Right. This is the first thing. Cause obviously, bro, you taught me a lot about this field. So it's like my thing is like, okay, the first thing I first thought about when I heard about crypto is like, what's the perks of having it?
All right. Well,
that's the first thing the average person gonna ask you. You know how people is.
Yeah,
doing whatever, they're gonna be like, oh,
but I would say
need this for?
I would say financially wise, I mean the perks is if you held $1,000 in your account from 2017 to now, you might have, I don't know what, $1,010, $1,020. If you had $1,000 in Bitcoin from 2017 to now, you have 100,000. So your $1,000 over roughly 8 years would have went 100x versus that $1,000 that went not even 1%. 1% of $1,000 $10. So
make it worse. Imagine if you're saving cash. Like if you're saving cash, cash you can't just put. If you put a cash in the room, it's just gonna be that same 10 bands you put in the room.
What I will say is, many people will argue, because with pros there's cons. So whereas you putting $1,000 in the bank account, you could go out and essentially leave your debit card on the floor in the middle of the street, and then someone could pick it up and go swipe for all your money, and you just go in the bank and say that wasn't me and get your money back. In crypto, you go out there and leave your 12-word secret phrase, the security phrase, which serves as a username and password for your wallet. You go leave that out, someone can transfer your money out, and there's no like, oh, I don't have my stuff. So with me, I mean, it's not a good practice to use iCloud, but I mean, the feds be having trouble getting into iCloud. Let's be real. Exactly. Like the police be having to ask permission to get into iCloud. You feel me? It's like they can't even damn to get your iCloud. So I'm not saying that you should leave it in there, but I'm saying for a nigga who don't have a safe in the ground and a house that they own or some shit, it's like what safer place is there than your iCloud? You got a Droid. I don't even know what type
Another
of
question I had.
your Google Cloud. But yeah.
Another question I had was, because I've been seeing, like you saying, it's been a lot of places. It's been times where I go to gas stations and like, honestly, that Apple Pay shit was already crazy enough.
Yeah.
That shit should let niggas know what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I remember
that's the beginning of the transition. And if you notice, if you go to Walmart doesn't accept Apple Pay. Walmart has their own. I'm assuming they're using some type of blockchain thing. It's a QR code that pops up on the screen. It's literally like you just scan your Walmart app on there and then you pay like that. So if that's not a crypto transaction, then I don't really know what it is.
then it's like just that being able to go out, bro, and the shit with the license too. Like ever since we talked about that shit with the digital license, and I was like, what's the point? And he was like, listen, end of the day, fam, you know how much money they about to save off not printing license and plastic and all, when you can just put it on a digital, something that's secure like
Even
the
now with
blockchain.
the
Now you can
phone, you don't even
officially
get
put.
SIM cards no more. It's
But you know what's so
eSIM.
crazy? I tell people right now, oh, look this up. I said, go on your phone and show them. Every time I show somebody, they be like, "Cuz, what the hell? I've never seen this." Like, it's to the point they don't even know it's on the same phone you have right now. You don't even know it's people out here that's literally using a digital license right now.
I just had to use mine. I had to use mine at the bank the other day because I ain't have my wallet. Yep.
And it's like that's coming off these networks and all this shit. It's like, what's more secure than a blockchain?
Ain't gonna get right. But yeah, that's my Georgia driver license on the damn Apple Pay.
Yeah, we gonna definitely the second episode we gonna break down the uses of what's going on in the future of what's transcending, because I think that's what people don't understand. They hear Bitcoin, but they don't know what's really what it's being used for, or what it can be used for. So we definitely got to probably bring to light all the different type of things that's going on, because all niggas hearing is NFTs and this and that, and it's way bigger than that. It's way bigger than just NFTs and trading.
Look like just coming up to the end. 32 minutes.
But yeah, so
salutations.
We gonna put the sponsor out. Shout out 2300 League, man. We gonna leave y'all boys a little track. This the vibe to for a minute, but we gonna put it out, man. Shout out 2300 League. Shout out everybody got something to do with us. Grinding. Thanks for supporting the channel and watching us. It's your boy KG. If Kent want to say something before I play the song.
007 out, man. Y'all boys take it easy.
Sure.
Oh, snap.
Locked in. Niggas shoot shit, man. 378 shit, man. For life.